I'm facing Celery? Ow. Big sneeze. I'm allergic to celery. Because he's playing Ravona, that increases the likelihood of
Victory.
I did it. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Royal Nerd Gaming. I am your host, the Royal Nerd, and today, we're in a bit of a rush. I'm going on vacation this week. In fact, by the time you're seeing this video, I'm probably already on vacation. And that's great, but it does mean that I'm not in town to film, edit, or post any of my videos. As a result, I was hoping to prepare these videos ahead of time so that I'd have them ready to post before I left. However, it's turned into a very busy week of preparing for my trip, and as a result, it is now Friday as I'm filming this, which means I have less than 48 hours to fully film, edit, and post 2 videos that I'd like to get out to you guys in the next week. So, we're gonna do this really fast. Starting off today with a deck showcase using this week's new card, Red Guardian. Oh, this is usually the part where I show you the card. Okay, let's get this thing started. Red Guardian is our newest tech card in Marvel Snap, and he targets the lowest power enemy card on your opponent's side and afflicts it with -2 power, while also removing its text. It's that second part that's especially important, because depending on what cards you remove the text from, it can be detrimental to your opponent. Consider Dracula, a 4/1 who is relying on discarding a card at the end of the game to gain its power. If you hit Dracula with Red Guardian, your opponent has a 4 -1 sitting on their board that ain't gonna discard anything. Being the second card released this season with red in the title, it did inspire me to create a red-themed deck. The deck in question is a Professor X Cannonball Lockdown deck that I found on Untapped and then customized for my purposes. And honestly, I think I like what I ended up with here better than what I found online. So let me run you through the cards super duper fast, and then we're gonna get to the gameplay. One of the main functions of this deck is to avoid Shang-Chi. With all the big cards in the meta right now, Shang-Chi is everywhere, destroying 10 power cards left and right. So I wanted to make a good value deck that gets lots of power on the board as fast as possible without being vulnerable to Shang-Chi. And we start that off with Martyr, a 1/5 that moves at the end of the game to lose you the game. It's not a great ability. So why am I running her in this deck? We have ways to lock down locations so she can't fly away and mess you up at the end of the game. If you can pull that off, then you are just benefiting from her premium stat line without having to worry about her detrimental effect. And, perhaps most importantly, she's red. So, next up, we have Daredevil, who, if played before turn 5, lets you see your opponent's turn 5 play before you have to make your own. In this deck, we've got some pretty big turn 5 plays, so we want to make sure we don't miss. Daredevil helps ensure that accuracy, and he is also red. He even has red in his name. You take out the Da and the Evil, that's red. Next, we have Medusa, who if played at the mid location, gets +3 power, turning her into a 2/5. That's one of the best stat lines you can get at the 2 cost without having some sort of downside. Also, she's red-ish. Her hair's red. The outfit's more pink, but that counts. As with any good lockdown list, we have Jeff the Baby Landshark, who can be played anywhere and even moved once. Obviously, we have Red Guardian, so there you go. He is red. And I've also included Season Pass card Baron Zemo in the deck, who recruits the lowest cost card in your opponent's deck, which just means steal it from them and play it on your side of the board. We're just playing him for a little bit of disruption and to get a little bit more value out of our 3 cost. But if you really want to talk about value and disruption from a 3 cost, then it doesn't get much better than Gladiator, who adds a card from your opponent's deck to this side of the location, and if it has less power than his 8 power stat line, he destroys it flat out. He's definitely risky, but he pulls off the effect often enough that I think he's definitely worth it. Also, there's some red in his outfit. Listen, there's a lot of big cards in the meta right now, and a value deck isn't always going to be able to outpower them. So, when push comes to shove, sometimes you just gotta blow everything up. And so we have Shang-Chi in the deck. Hey, here's a card you probably haven't seen in a long time. It's Rescue. If you play a card at her location the turn after she was played, she gets +5 power. If you play her on turn 4, and then Professor X on turn 5, we'll get to Professor X in a minute, then you've generated a whole bunch of power into a lane that you locked down. But why are we playing Rescue, who only ends up being a 4-9, instead of some 4-10 like Cull Obsidian or Crossbones? And the reason is, I don't want it to get Shang-Chi'd in case I can't lock the lane down. So 4-9 is perfect. Also, her hair is red? I don't know, this one's a stretch, guys. And here he is, one of the most important cards in the deck. It's Professor X. His ongoing ability reads, lock down this location, meaning cards can't be added, removed, destroyed, and that's great, because if we can build up enough value in a lane early on and then lock it down with Professor X, then we're only fighting for one lane on the last turn. Plus, like I said, he's an excellent follow-up to Rescue. And, I mean, the X is red, so... Listen, guys, it's a loose theme. Cannonball is one of the newer cards in the game, and his ability reads, move the highest power enemy card here away. If you can't, destroy it with a rock. If you play Cannonball, he will punch away the highest power card in that lane. But if the other lanes are locked down or blocked up, say with Professor X, then he will just destroy that card and a rock will take its place. There's some red in there, probably. Don't look at me. Now, let's say you've definitively locked down one of your lanes with Professor X. Well, you need a card that is capable of winning another lane all by itself, and that card is Red Hulk. Red Hulk is just capable of getting so unreasonably large and winning entire lanes single-handedly that he's worth the risk of the Shang-Chi. It's the exact kind of finishing play that this deck needs. Also, he red. So that's the deck. Now, let's get into the gameplay as quickly as possible. Like, before I even finish this set... Ooh, Asteroid M can be problematic if cards that I don't want to be there cost 3 or 4. Let's start off with Martyr there. Actually, no, I don't love playing at Martyr unless I have Professor X guaranteed in hand. Otherwise, she's just unreliable power that will mess me up at the end of the game, so... Nebula. What a great card to Red Guardian. Alright, for the moment we'll play Jeff on top of Nebula's location, so she can't gain power. And if he doesn't play anything else worth Red Guardianing... Hello, excuse me. That's not very nice. That's really rude, actually. He's gonna give me his garbage. Okay, well, let's disable the Nebula so that that's not a problem. And, since we saw Hood already, I'm thinking Annihilus, very possibly. So, if we can lock down the right location, even better. Goodbye, Nebula. Now you gain no power. Oh, right, that. What does he pull? He pulled my Gladiator! Glad. Oh my goodness, what's happening? Okay. His Gladiator pulled my Gladiator, which pulled his Cannonball. We're playing very similar decks, which punched my Gladiator over to the right. Whatever. Put as much power into that right side as I can, so that it's unlikely that he can win it when I Professor X it. Of course. These sentries. Oh. Now, we do have a problem. No, we don't. I was gonna say, he's gonna annihilate us and send the Void over, but we're gonna see what he does with Daredevil, and as long as I fill up the location with Professor X, we're fine. I feel like Daredevil just makes people so nervous. They're like, he can see everything I'm doing, and they just get so scared. Especially if you snap after turn 5, once they know you've seen their play, they're like, well, I should leave. Oh, Annihilus? Crazy. Who could have predicted this play? What if we snapped on him? I'd be so curious if he runs away. I mean, we filled the lane, so we're guaranteed the right... Victory! Like I said, Daredevil just makes people like, nope, not doing it. He can read my mind. Ah, Pixie deck. Is this that, like, Pixie Lady Deathstrike deck that's been floating around? What if I played Baron Zemo? We steal whatever cool card he has. Amazing. Incredible. And they're both gonna come back in the Valley of the Hand. That was the biggest brain play I've ever had. Oh my goodness. still playing it out, huh? No! No! Well, at least he doesn't have his Red Hulk. That's fine. It's okay. I still think that we have a good chance at winning the left lane here, although he... What would he probably play? Is this the round that he plays Jane Foster to resummon his cards? Because even if he does that, I win. Yeah. All I have to do is bring over Jeff, and we're fine. I do not have priority, so we'll move Jeff right on over. And we will drop Red Hulk here, even if he were to Thor and Odin. Or to Mjolnir and Odin. I feel like this wins it. Dang, I would have loved to see the Red Hulk and the Baron Zemo come back on that. But still, getting rid of that was such a good play. Honestly, Baron Zemo, after a Pixie play, can go incredibly well. Okay. Oh, he's banking on... Oh, he's hoping for some good luck is what he's hoping for. Don't be Stormbreaker. That's fine. Don't be either of the hammers. Oh, it only does one. It only does one trigger. We're fine. He was really hoping that that would be enough. And it almost was. It almost was, I will admit. Stormbreaker... either of... Or if the Stormbreaker had switched, that would have won it for him. But it didn't. And it didn't. So, I win. No, my Medusa! I was gonna play her on round 2. Now I guess I won't. Ooh, but I do kind of want to fill that. Alright, we will be playing Martyr. And just trying to fill out this middle lane here. Play out Rescue, and if Professor X is the next card we draw, that would be amazing. That is a little unfortunate. And that is also unfortunate. So now we don't have a turn 5 play unless we draw X, and we didn't. Do I want the extra energy that badly? I'll have, what, 9 energy? So that could be Red Hulk plus Baron Zemo. Overall, this is very unfortunate. I didn't draw anything that I needed. I guess I could just do this, and hope that that's enough power in Stark Tower with whatever I draw to put up a fight, you know? Oh no! What do we get? We get his Jeff! Very funny. Okay. Okay, well, we'll play a Gladiator to kinda make sure that only the Hood comes over, and I'll play Hulk left, which could potentially win it if he doesn't play left. Okay, this isn't terrible. Build. Okay, good power there. Oh! Believe it or not, I think we win. That's not the play I was expecting. No! Martyr! Oh no, my Martyr, how could you? What a grave and terrible loss. Who will lose the game for me now? Okay, stop it. Stop taking my stuff. Obviously, he's gonna play his big cards into Castle Blackstone now. What if I don't play for Castle Blackstone? What if, yeah, what if I play for the middle lane? Don't hit Rescue. I'm okay. I'm fine. I'm not frustrated at all. Do I plan to Professor X the middle next turn? Or do I Rescue next turn, then Professor X on 6? Crazy plan, but maybe I plan to Professor X next turn, since I can generate a solid amount of power. 5, 6, 7, no, there's 7 power here, and I've already got a lead. And he's gonna keep playing for... That's unfortunate, but we can work with it. 15 power. He has to make up 10 power in 1 turn. Now, we have to remember, he has Jeff. Okay, this is fine. This is good. So he's abandoning the middle lane, I think is what's just happened. Okay. Yeah, what if I stole his last card and started to build up some power on the right side here? if he had... The only thing that could mess me up right now is if he had, like, Legion, you know? That's fine. That's fine, too. What do we steal? Anything cool? We'll just do this, right? That just brings us up to 20. The other option is this, plus this, which is the equivalent of 5 plus 2, 7. And I would get his Red Hulk out of here. Do we think that he's going to try and compete for the right lane? Like, if I played my Hulk, yeah, it would take us up to 20, but he would only need to make up 7 power to... I'm gonna go for this. Oh my god, I was right. Also, I would have won with the Red Hulk play anyway, and, oh, it puts a rock that gets negative. We win. We win with the Cannonball play. That's awesome, actually.
Victory.
Cannonball actually getting the kill in negative zone and leaving a -3 power rock is a rare play. It won't come up all the time, but when it does, excellent. Ooh, Nexus. Could be great to lock down with Professor X, although, of course, cards like Medusa aren't exactly cohesive to it being over there. And also, she's been attacked and made more expensive. Okay, Medusa middle, just for the power. If she dies, then oh well. But it's not like I can do anything else this turn. But we could win this on... Hey, nice. On a rescue Cannonball Red Hulk play. Like, that is totally possible. My squirrel! How could you? That's funny. Ooh, okay. This would be the turn to do it. What does he play? Sentry. Sentry becomes... That's going to be a total of 11. And we will have a total of 12, I think. Is Daredevil going to spook you? Or do you think that you can make a comeback from this with your Jeff? He plays it out, he plays it out. Okay. Lock it down. 11. Him, also 11. Who has the advantage? He does. And I think it's way more likely that he moves Jeff here. We're going to do the same thing. And then we blow up whatever he plays right. 3, 4, 5, 6. 3, 4, 5, 6. Would it be a tie? Okay. Alright, I'm going to play it out. I'm going to see what happens. I think he's banking on, like, a Red Hulk right. If he plays anything middle, we might be in trouble. He moves his Jeff. Please be Red Hulk. Incredible. Because I think we win by 1 point in the middle.
Victory.
It doesn't get much closer than that. Oh boy. And there we go. Sorry if there wasn't as much editing throughout the video, or as many games as I would usually include. Again, I'm on a tight schedule. But hey, I am loving this deck. I think it's actually, like, really good. I think there are obviously a few substitutions that could easily be made, like Martyr is completely unnecessary and I mostly have her in here for fun. I go back and forth on whether or not you really need Baron Zemo in here. I like his card as a concept, but obviously it can backfire sometimes, so any other good value 3-drop is also very acceptable. In any case, thank you guys so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed. Make sure to check in later this week to see if the tier list video has come out. If it hasn't, it's because I could not finish it in time, and I'm very sorry. I will be sure to finish it when I get back. But if it is out later this week, then I'm not sorry, and go have fun. Alright, you get it. Thank you guys again, and I will see you in the next one. Farewell for now, everybody. Have a nice day.